3, 2, 1, go!
Starting our autonomous on the first final match of the competition. These robots are the best robots that can possibly be at this tournament. They have fought their way through multiple qualification matches to land in the top seeds. They've put their foot forward in selections, they put their forward in scouting, and they are putting their feet forward now, scoring in this autonomous mode. You can see the Blue Alliance has managed to hit on 3 different junctions in this autonomous and scoring almost all of their cones. Yes, all of their cones on the Blue Alliance.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
4 good parks, that means a nearly perfect autonomous from the Blue Alliance. Red autonomous, unfortunately missing 3 cones, which means they are at a slight disadvantage going into this driver control period, which means that we only have few minutes for them to make up that lead and get back in the lead for the Red Alliance, but Blue Alliance wants to hold on to that lead. We have some incredible teams here, and they are moving as fast as they can. One of the things that is most impressive about these teams is not just their ability to score quickly, but their ability to play effective defense within the boundaries of the rules from our very attentive refs. You can see that the Red Alliance has almost entirely filled a medium junction at this point, thanks to their incredible autonomous and their very fast movement from the Gear Masters, running over a bit to the other side of the field and landing over there. You also have the Red Alliance removing some of their... Oh no! It looks like we got a tipped robot from Robo-Lobo's screen. Are they going to be able to right themselves? It may be possible. They appear to be stuck on one of the columns. This could be the end of their match right here if they don't right themselves in time. Blue Alliance is not phased at all. They are continuing to run and place cones on their various things. We're seeing the Red Alliance is trying their hardest to get back up and right. Their Alliance partners are continuing to go, and Gear Masters continuing to scoring as best they can. But when you are playing at this level, you need every piece of robot you can get on the field. So this might be, we're going to have to see what they can do. It looks like the Red Alliance is pushing around a little bit, trying to help them out perhaps, or they're just trying to go and get some more scoring. Yes, this is going to be a very tricky situation for the Red Alliance as they are entering the end game. Part of them, I think, wants to help right their partners. You can see they're out there trying to push their partners a little bit and put them back upright, but it's not going to work. They just have to go right back and go for that capping beacon. Blue Alliance, in the meantime, has not stopped for anything. They have gotten 2 successful caps on their upper junctions and a 3rd successful cap on their upper junction. We'll see if they hold on to it, because the Red Alliance is doing their best to do that with only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, game. A tragic showing from the Red Alliance with that tipped robot. It does look like that might be a clear win for the Blue Alliance. Of course, things can change with penalties, and there is another match to make it up. The Red Alliance can still take this home.
Here is the score. Finals match number 1 was the win now goes to the Blue Alliance. So the Blue Alliance takes match number 1. The Blue Alliance being Alliance number 2. The score was 267. The Red Alliance is 189. We're going to get ready now for the second match of our finals. And in the meantime, let's have a review of that match.
Well, finals match number 1. Blue Alliance is up 1-0. Tyler Rolls and Abbas James here from First Updates now to break down this fantastic match that we had as well. You know, some unfortunate things for Red Alliance. They benefited from that the match before. Now they have the unfortunate circumstance themselves, obviously, of a tipped robot, but still a lot of positive things that come out of a match like this. What'd you see? And let's break it down in the replay.
Yeah, no, I think there's a ton to learn for both alliances here. Let's start with that auto. We saw the Blue Alliance, Wolfpack, and Overcharged have a perfect autonomous. Even though Overcharged didn't place all of their cones on that high junction, they decided to place 1 on the mid junction. They still scored all of their 6, leading to 12 cones scored by that Blue Alliance. Now, I think deciding to place 1 cone on that mid junction is a really powerful decision. It forces the other alliance to use up one of those precious teleop cones and try to overtake that ownership on the medium blue junction. But the Blue Alliance basically has 1 more effective cone to use, and this is just really, really powerful for them and can definitely help swing those ownership points one way or another. Now, another thing I want to point out is Wolfpack Machina. I was counting this time; they didn't score their first cone cone until 100 seconds into the match. That was
Wow.
a 20-second wait, and it definitely was by choice in my opinion. I mean, we know how good they are, how consistent they are. They were just sitting around waiting for the right moment to score, and it was right at that 100-second mark they decided to go and place a cone on this low junction. Definitely interesting to see and think about what inspired that, but obviously the match strategy worked out here. Now over on the Red Alliance, Robo Lobos, they got about 50 seconds of good teleop match play, definitely zipping around the field, as we can see over here, getting those cones all over as they can, and they tried their best, but obviously that tip really influences matches, in a way that you don't want. Now, yeah, Tyler, go ahead.
Well, that tip's coming up in about 5 seconds here, I think, as we look. And, of course, on the far side of the field, we saw a little bit of contact there. But there, they just go, and the balance knocks them over on there. Something I got to ask you about from seeing teams, other teams that do something with either trying to get their ballast lower or any sort of, programming features to prevent them from tipping over?
Yeah, no, definitely. There's things that have been added throughout the past couple of years. This year, a really popular option on the hardware side was just adding weight to the bottom of your robot. You would see teams putting thick steel plates, aluminum plates right at the bottom, or sometimes just like gym weights in the front of their robot if they had the space.
And who doesn't like thick bots, right? So, absolutely.
Yeah.
Looking at the rest of this match here, obviously a bot down, but you still got to give it up for 8365, who battled it out, still able to score quite a bit. And Blue Alliance, I think rightfully so, still pouring it on. You have to still play your match and play it through the entire way.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing I want to point out, we've been talking about it throughout the season, but now that we're here in an in-person competition, have a chance to review the footage. I want to talk about Wolfpack Machina and the really infamous beacon strategy. I saw this on their first competition, and they've just done so well at carrying it throughout all of the competitions they've had. I think it's definitely inspired a lot of teams. One thing they do really well is whenever they're going to pick up their beacon, they actually pick up the beacon with a cone on top. We'll see it right here. They place the cone and then a beacon on top of it. They'll pick up both of them at the same time, but they've designed their robots such that they first place the beacon and then can go around and place the cone anywhere else. This means that they're able to score 2 cycles with just 1 trip to the substation. Really, really powerful, and definitely one of the reasons why they've done just so incredibly well this season.
Well, let's hop into finals match number 2, talk about some predictions. By the way, once again, if you are in Twitch chat, we do have the predictions poll open for you. At the end of the last match, it was funny because it was kind of 50-50, and then right before the match start, many people predicting for Blue Alliance on there. So interesting to see who's going to take finals number 2. Our predictions right now, actually pretty close to even, a little bit of bias towards the Blue Alliance so far. How do you take this one? How do you break it down?
I think I got to lean that way too. I think the Blue Alliance is going to take it away. Turbo V8 really looking forward to see that safe pull autonomous. But I think it's going to go the way of the Blue Alliance.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely phenomenal to see these matches. We can't wait. I mean, what a just fantastic set of teams here at MTI. I got to ask you, were there any teams that didn't make playoffs that maybe surprised you on here?
Yeah, I mean, just off the top of my head, there was only one team here that was on the winning or finalist alliance at the Maryland Tech Invitational last year, so Team 7172 technical difficulties, not making it was definitely a big surprise. But, when you just have so many top-tier robots, it's really, really difficult. Another thing I noticed, quality control, another world champion. We had 2 coming to MTI. They didn't end up making it, but just excellent gameplay from all teams around, and I think eliminations, as everyone can see, has just been absolutely fantastic.